let it be, oh Lord, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be, oh let it be, oh Lord, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. The Beatles have that song, a beautiful song. And how many times is it hard for us to let our own stuff go, our own stuff to let it be, right? Well, I'm going to talk to you today about some things that was really difficult for me to let it be, and hopefully also some really good things that I've learned about letting it go. So I think most commonly, and you guys can type in the chat if you have something that you could relate to this, but I think most commonly we are connected. We are strangely loyal to this idea in our mind that is connected to some type of pain that we have. We're strangely loyal to our pain. And so in these false beliefs and these false identities, we tend to operate from these beliefs. We believe that we are in one type of career, and so we operate as if that is the lifestyle of us and that is all we will ever become, do, or have. And so what tends to happen is then we have experiences and evidence that stack up upon this beliefs, upon these ideas and these ways of living, if you will, right? And so your current self is tied to these, right? And so your past self had all this judgment, had this different, you've experienced a betrayal, you've experienced unacceptance, maybe silence from your word. And so you don't want to do that next step of being a different type of you, a more expressed you, a more vibrant you, a singable you. And that is all tied to the way that our brain is operating. So I want to tell you this really cool thing that happened to me recently. I came across this woman, her name is Linnea Passler, and she is living on an island with her beautiful husband and her little kids, and she's dedicated to helping people reset their nervous system. And she was asking about women who are really driven, and I was like, me, that's me, hands up, I'm ready. And she taught me about all these different ways that we could reset our nervous system. But one of the things that really stuck out to me was called the acoustic sound protocol. And all you do is you put these headphones that cover your ears, you know, the ones that cover fully, and you put them on, you listen to this warped type of music. It's basically music that you know and love, but it's twisted. It sounds like almost like a radio far away, like an old radio far away. And you don't do anything, you don't try to talk to people or read a book, because that's too much for your brain to handle. All you're doing is you're just listening to these headphones, and they're just running through, right? They're just running through the music. Now, on a regular operating sense of our body, you would think, what is this gonna do? Like, is this really gonna do anything? But then, as I was going through this process, I noticed, wow, I wasn't reacting to things as much. My nervous system was down-regulated, is what she calls it. And what I noticed was I was watching TV, and you guys all know The Office. The Office used to piss me off because I feel that The Office can be very biased, and I feel that The Office can be very one-sided and very particular to one group of people. And so I was frustrated by The Office, and I felt like, honestly, I felt the jokes were kind of like dumb, okay? So then, after this sound protocol, I was watching The Office, and I started to laugh at some of the jokes that were unrelated to bias. They were just related to people's personalities and the way they operate in the world. And I couldn't believe, I was like, who is this woman inside of me? Is this me? Is this really me? And I really enjoyed this experience of having the sound protocol heal me in a sense, right? So I'm talking to a woman who is a sacrocranial therapist, right? So now it's a new type of healing. Face to face in Utah, I met her. She's awesome. So I go meet this woman, and we're talking, and I told her, you know, I don't feel as reactive after doing the sound protocol. And she says, that's because your brain is not interested in what it has to do. And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And she said, Melissa, think about the times in the past where you've been frustrated or upset about something, and you tried to cry it out, like you tried to let it out, let it go, right? They always say, let it go, let it go. Why could I not let things go? I cried, I did the thing, I let it out, I still felt upset. It was so frustrating to me. Like, everyone is saying, your life will be better. Melissa, just let go, just let it go, right? Like the song, let it go, let it be, let it be, let it go. And so what she explained to me was, your brain was so used to the past, and even though you were doing everything you can, that you truly in your heart, you wanted to let it go. But your brain would always come up with reasons why you shouldn't. And you don't even realize you know you're doing this. And that's where that awareness piece comes in. So the sound protocol, what it does is it lets go of all those reasons why you should hold on to it, and it works on an energetic level. It's called the ethos. So she said that actually it lies above your body. So if you take your hands and you put one hand here and another hand on your stomach, you'll feel a shift, right? Because it's working with the ethos and not your brain. It's not just journaling and speaking words of affirmation and saying, whatever, the past is the past, and it doesn't matter what happened to me. It's not about that. It's more of really silencing all of that extra chaos and noise and understanding that there's another energy outside of the brain that you can calm and trust, right? So that's how the acoustic sound protocol was able to really help me downregulate my nervous system, and then also just be like a little more lighthearted and not be so reactive. And again, I'll tell you, I didn't want to be reactive. I didn't want to be so serious and so holding on to what I used to operate from. But it was almost like I felt like I couldn't change. Like there was no, like I tried everything, right? Like I tried the talk therapy, I tried the journaling, I tried the words of affirmation, I tried the chanting every day, you know, I tried the singing, I did all the things. But when it comes down, when you can turn the brain off and then shift things, a whole world opens up. So guys, if you need help letting things go, let me know. I can steer you in the right direction, and it is my absolute pleasure to be able to help people live from a place of freedom. And I honestly believe that this is the place to be. If there is any place to be, it is the place of being able to operate from a higher sense of self, which means you're not in your head. You're not telling yourself with your brain, this is who I'm going to be. This is how I'm going to change. This is what I want to let go of. There's more modalities and ways to shift and change and operate from a more easeful place, from a place of, like, just let it be. Like, things will work out. And I'll say, working with kids, this is the epitome of goodness. You see it in them. I've worked with kids and they'll have an argument. No, but he said this and she did that and she was conniving and he lied. And once we make sure both kids know you're seen, you're heard, you're safe. You're seen, you're heard, you're safe, even for adults. And then just let it be. It'll work itself out. It'll work itself out, whatever you're going through right now. I know times are tough in many places, but again, I always say, Melissa's here. I'm able to hold the space for you. If you need to message someone, let me know. I'm so glad to be here with you guys tonight, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love you all. Mwah.